Hi, I'm Brian Icenhower, and I'm here with the Edie Waters team. Sitting across from me is Edie Waters herself, and her team will close almost $40 million in total sales volume this year. She has been in the business for over 20 years and has been perennially one of the top agents in her area the entire time. And next to her, I've got Christine McCarthy. She is the lead agent for the team, and in her rookie year, she was the Midwestern Region Rookie of the Year, and now in her second year has closed almost $8 million in total sales volume, which amounts to about 40 transactions already. So amazing work, Christine, as well. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. With all the success this team has had over the years, and such a well-known mega icon name that the Edie Waters team has become, I bet you a lot of people out there, especially the other real estate agents, think that you don't have to do much to get business, that it just naturally comes to you at this point. That more of your job is just handling all the business, that you don't have to do much to get it. Is that true?
Far from the truth, Brian. I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
I wish I could sit by the fireplace and do nothing, but it's not like that.
Darn it.
And I know. But the thing I think that sets our team apart and what we really focus on is making our prospecting calls on a weekly basis. We're very purposeful about that, and we have systems in place that we follow and do. I myself am assured I must make at least 100 calls per week.
Wow.
It's got to happen. Otherwise, I can feel our business falling off. So that's my goal. Every week, 100 prospect calls, 100 talk-tos, and get my appointments out of that.
But you love doing that. I mean,
I do.
you love calling people, you love prospecting, and it works, and following up with everybody, and touching, and
Sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you that, I mean, 40 million in sales volume and someone's still forcing them to make 100 contacts a week, that's impressive. To me, there's no mystery as to why the team's successful, because if the leader of the team is putting that type of activity forth on a regular basis, it's no surprise someone would actually model that type of behavior. And Christine, you've done that too, where you're making 50 contacts a week, you're holding 2 open houses, if I remember. Every single month at least as well too. Pretty impressive.
well, it's a great way to meet people, and I've gotten sales out of it, so it's proven that they work.
They were.
So I'm hearing systematic and continuous.
It's
There's a plan.
it's automatic.
It's automatic.
It's automatic. I mean, every day, I've got the database, we come in, I know what we're doing, I know who I'm calling, appointments. You don't even have to think about it. You
Yep.
just come in and it's there for you.
It sounds like it's the first, you come in and the first thing to do is get those contacts knocked out of the way. What do I have to do today? What do I have to do to get more business today? That's the
Absolutely.
priority of the day.
Yeah, we use Top Producer, and Top Producer is an amazing system that we just make sure we put all of our notes and follow up in it. But, I mean, one of the key things that we're really good at is staying in touch, systematics with the 33 touch. I mean,
Okay.
that is probably one of the bases of our business.
And it takes a lot for me to give up on somebody. I mean, there are people I'm talking to from 2 years ago. I remember last year, Top Producer, I don't know if you remember, it went down.
That's right.
And another
no.
team member and I were walking the hall like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Who are
Where
we
do we go now?
calling? Where's our appointments?
So that database, that honestly, that is what drives the business. You are systematically, when you said 33 touch, you're talking about making 33 touches per year to every person in that database.
Absolutely.
And those aren't just phone calls, those are emails.
We
and-
do client events, we send them
We do
calendars.
newsletters.
Yeah.
We like to also send out things that we think they might enjoy, like chip clips, as one of the ones that we
Sure.
we
Sports
just send
schedules, I think you were
sports
saying, right.
schedules. We send out flower seeds in the spring, forget-me-nots particularly. I'm sure that those little key things puts us in the mind. And then the follow-up call is so easy, Brian. You just call and say, hey, what are you gonna do with your flowers this year? What are the kids gonna do?
Okay.
And we try to time those seeds. Such a simple thing is that I can call and say, oh, if I get a hold of one of the kids, hey, you gonna plant those and have those flowers ready for Mother's Day? those little things like that are really huge, and it brings me into their family.
So you're not just shaking down people you know for business, you're actually coming from contribution.
Absolutely.
And that also lets you springboard into your contact with something to talk about.
You bet.
So you've warmed your own call up.
Always, I don't care what month it is, we always have something to talk about. It could be back to school, it could be, an anniversary. I mean, there's always something that we find to call and chat about. It's easy.
It's easy.
I love
And
that.
if you're friends on Facebook with these people and you see that they went out to the MU game or something, you can call and say, wasn't that a great MU game? I was
Always
just
throwing
thinking
in
of-"
MU. It's
Oh,
never
yeah.
KU, it's always MU. That's okay.
I think we have just started a border war. We're gonna move delicately over this situation. And one thing I have known from working with you guys, you also actually, if you do run out of something to say, you'll actually alternate with each other and have each other follow up with a perfect
You bet.
contact.
If I feel like I'm not connecting or getting somewhere with somebody, I just throw it back to Edie and let her run with it, and she'll do the same for me, because we may not, be connecting with that person, and we don't want to lose them.
Excellent.
So
And
we
it
just
works.
make that reconnection, find something another button that maybe one of the two of us missed to talk about, and zip it back.
Okay, let's talk specifically about what you say when you make this call, because you
Okay.
guys have definitely mastered the art. So I'm curious, how do you start this phone call off? You call this person, in general, I know it can be different, but what is it that you say to start that call?
I think the hardest call for agents is if they have not talked to the person in a while. And so I have what I call my shame on me call. It basically is that. I make a contact and I say, shame on me, I haven't talked to you in a while. And I remember you have that great tri-level over in Canterbury, and I just wanted to say, what have you been doing to your home lately? And then they usually love to talk about the things they've done to their home, and since I've talked to them, so I've got my shame out of the way,
Yeah.
I'm back in the family, and then I'll say, I would just love it if I could just come by and see what you've done. Is Sunday okay? Are you going to be home Sunday afternoon?
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal. So shame on me, it's been a while. And then you're quickly asking them questions about their home.
Absolutely.
And then what you've done is acted shown from contribution that you'd like to see it, which is actually setting an appointment.
Bingo. That's our
what we're
goal.
best
When we make phone calls, we want to set the appointment. That's why we're making the initial contact. We want to be in front of them. We're not going to try to sell them on the phone or talk about the listing or the comps. Let me get in front of you, because then we'll connect, and no brainer.
Isn't that the key? I think that is it. You're not trying to sell them anything over the phone.
No.
The key is all about getting the appointment, because the minute you start to try to sell them something on the phone, that's their easy out, right?
Oh, yeah, so
They
easy.
wanna- And that's the part that most agents, I think, have a hard time with. They don't want to sound like they're selling over the phone. We're here saying,
And don't.
don't.
Yeah.
Absolutely, don't. Come from contribution.
Right.
I love it. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. It's been absolutely amazing.
Thanks.
And
It was
keep
fun.
after it next year.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks.
Bye.